Tamara, go watch her. I might put her in this. I don't know. Shit. But I'm not trying to spend a ton. And the goal is like, I don't want you to feel like I don't want to. Or my phone is just too heavy. I don't know. Hey besties. Actually, I think I'm gonna change this because I think I hate the besties. I started out with the besties thing because I was trying to be funny. I think the word is facetious. But now I think I'm gonna call you guys my crew. So going forward, you're gonna be my best crew or you're just gonna be the crew. So today I told somebody that I was going to do more videos, and here I am. And so I'm going to do my facial routine that I started. By the way, I just started this like yesterday because I found out that one, in order to prevent looking older, you need a face routine. You're gonna say, duh. That's how I feel about you. Those of you that said duh, those of you said, go Mikey, you're the real winner. And this is not a blemish, this is just me. I was wrapping my head and I went a little bit hard. Anyways, however, I think this is good for people my age and older, and especially if you're a man, because you look old and you're gonna look older, so you need to take care of your skin. And if you don't take care of your skin, aka you don't have a face routine, I think you should. If you don't, that's fine. I'm not judging you that much. But at least one thing, because I don't want you guys getting cancer, and I'm not a doctor, so don't trust me, but I would recommend getting something with SPF. So let me start out with what we're going to use. For right now, we are going to use, for the AM, the facial moisturizer lotion from CeraVe. I don't know if this is going to work out well, so we're going to be doing this together. We're going to be testing it together. And I got the 50 with sunscreen. Now, remember, two things with sunscreen. One, you're gonna have to rub it in a little bit extra because you don't want to look over white. Don't be that person. Rub your shit in. Make sure it's in. Even if you have a beard, rub that shit in your beard. So we're gonna use this for the morning. After we put that on, we are going to put on some Aquaphor. This is ointment. So basically what we're doing is we're gonna put on the moisturizer and then we're gonna put on the ointment to basically lock in the moisture. I'm not doing anything special because I don't like putting shit on my face, one. Two, I'm not gonna spend hundreds, thousands of dollars to put shit on my face unless it's amazing. So unless it rewinds time and makes me look 15 again, then I'm gonna stick with $30 from Target. Reason why I say 30 is this was not 30. This was 15. And then you can get its partner, which is the facial moisturizing lotion for the PM, so right before you go to bed. Now, two things I also want to mention are you should wash your face often, one, and two, if you already have oily skin or you're prone to clogging or pores that clog, you want to be cautious of what you're putting on your shit, because I don't want to be blamed for your pimples. Don't be blaming don't come for Mikey if you get those pimples. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what I do. I don't often get pimples. I learned from another YouTuber, Tamara. Go watch her. I might put her in this. I don't know. Go watch her. But she says that any acne below the mouth is due to stress or hormones. So not stress, hormones. So just remember that if you're getting acne in this area, like one probably wants to grow there. It could just be because of hormones. It's not you. And the second piece is you want to rinse your face or wash your face. I don't use I don't like to use harsh shit on my face, so I'm just going to rinse my face. I'm going to dry it off. And then I'm going to put on the good stuff. Also, the big thing is, I really recommend if you are going to touch your shit and you haven't washed your hands, this is Cora hair. I wish my hair was that long. Cora hair. Anyways, if you're gonna touch your shit, wash your hands before you touch your shit. So let's wash our hands together. I feel like I'm learning a lot from Mr. Rogers. Oh, you haven't even asked about my headband. I was going to put on my Hello Kitty headband, but it's a mess. It's a washing machine, and I put on my Burberry. It feels like an extra long Twilly as a headband, because I don't want this shit in my hair. I mean, it can go in your hair, but I have other stuff to be doing with my hair for my hair routine. And we'll get into that a little bit later. So, making sure you're washing your hands really good, you're scrubbing. I went to the store. I actually went to get coffee, not the store. So I want to make sure that after I touch someone else's card and then gave it back to the person gave me the card. I know this is OCD. I'm not really this crazy. It's just that, like I say, before you touch your face, make sure you wash your hands. Like, your hands have a lot of shit on it. They're germy. You don't want that on your face. Trust me. Especially if you're like me, and I'm not gonna really put anything on my face to wash it. Now, sometimes, just so you know, after the gym, I'm incredibly sweaty, and I will wash with body wash sometimes, but really rare, because I know naturally my skin is already dry. My body just loves absorbing moisture, and when it absorbs that moisture, like, I get really dry. So I'm trying to keep, like, the bad alcohols off my skin, or like too exfoliating stuff, even though we will have an exfoliation day, or maybe two. I don't know. We're gonna see. This is, like I said, this is a new journey, and we're journeying together, and you guys actually might have more recommendations than I do. But for right now, I'm gonna just do what I'm doing, and then you guys can let me know what you're doing, and then maybe we can meet up somewhere and be like, hey, this is how things work. Okay. So, I'm gonna put you on a brief hold. I'm gonna rinse my face, because, you never see me rinse my face, and then I will be right back with you all. All right, I'm back. This is the rinsed face. I have a little doggy, so her little hairs tend to get in my eyes and hurt them. Just making sure I have no little dog hair. So somebody told me that I did not follow up from my last YouTube video, and I'm so sorry. You were right. I did not follow up about my vegetarian barbecue in, I don't know, some kind of like ramen. Anyways, it was delicious. It was really good. The only critique that I had for it is basically the barbecue went into the soup, so it wasn't really on the actual thing, and so basically I just had barbecue ramen. And don't judge me, I'm just throwing this shit on because honestly I don't have the patience to make it perfect. We're not trying to be perfect here. And normally I use this hand, but I want to try practicing with one hand. And for my more Norwegian and Caucasian viewers, I am not doing whiteface. Please don't cancel me for whiteface. This is just SPF 50. And this is what SPF 50 does, is it kind of makes it look a little white, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being a little fair-skinned at all. Especially if it prevents cancer. Normally, I would have done a little bit smaller, but since that looked like the right amount, I am totally down. Anyways, so it was really, really, really good. The only thing, like I said, is I don't know how to keep the barbecue on there. I guess I could try and grill it or try and fry it. Man, when I washed my face, I had hair in my eyes, major. I forget, if you're one of the girlies watching this, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to do this with makeup because I'm not a makeup person. I don't wear makeup. Like I said, I really don't like putting shit on my face. And once I realized that this helps prevent some of the aging factors in men who don't put shit on their face, I can only speak for the guys that do that. But guys, by the way, maybe girlies, this could be for your men. How about that? This could be like, hey, you have a freaking scaly face, you nasty fuck. Like, let me put some shit on it. So maybe this could be helpful for them. But I'll talk to you, the girlies. I put on my pearls for you. These ones are called Baroque pearls. The pearls didn't actually have the lapis lazuli bracelet, or the lapis lazuli stone, but I ordered this. It's vintage from the UK, and I was like, someone's gonna really judge me because I'm gonna take it apart because I wanted the lapis lazuli piece on there. So I bought a vintage bracelet. I think I got that one from the there's like an antique store up the road. Anyways, I bought this at the antique store and added it to the vintage Baroque pearls. And then I don't remember where I got the bracelet, but I also took a piece of the antique bracelet and put it on a Baroque style pearl bracelet. So I wore that for y'all today. So yeah, so again, what I did, just for your FYIs, there's a little extra. That's expensive. It's $15.49 for the 3 ounce. And this 50 sunscreen AM only comes in, oops, this thing was about to fall. I stopped it. I saved it. I saved you guys from falling. Anyways, this only comes in 3 ounces. So if you're looking for the 2 ounce one, it does not come in 2 ounces. It only comes in 3. But that's okay. You can, guys, gals, if you can figure out how to put this shit on, get it on. These UV rays are painful. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna put on, and again, I really want to be cautious about what I'm telling you guys, because I know what works for me, because I really have dry skin as it is, and I'm not prone to cloggage, or I'm not prone to and I'm not prone to high amounts of acne. Like most of my acne, like I feel like there might be one coming up here, or this was an old one. Most of my acne happens because of ingrown hair. So if you guys can tell me like what the secret is other than just lasering that shit off, most of my acne happens because of ingrown hair. So I know you ladies have them mustaches that you gonna be bleaching, or you better, or shave it. I don't know. Don't shave it. Please don't shave it. But get it waxed. I don't know. I hate when I got waxed. That shit was painful. So again, if you have secrets to getting your mustache off, good for you. I'll go pluck your shit if you want. But anyways, I don't want to recommend putting highly petroleumized stuff on your face. God, you guys keep trying to fall on me. Or, I don't know what it is. Hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. I am holding the phone. Literally. I don't know. Don't look at my rooms. Don't judge. So, we're going to talk about my hair in a minute, and we're going to talk about why there's this tone on my white door. But we're going to talk about hair in a different video. That's for a different day. But right now, I just want to figure out why you guys keep trying to fall on me. I think you're good right now. So maybe I need to move a little bit quicker. So anyways, be cautious, especially you guys too. I know there are some men out there who are very prone to acne. I don't know a lot about acne. I just know about all the fables that my granny told me. May she rest in peace. And they're just like a lot of Hispanic kind of, they're not fables, they're just told like, don't put lotion or oil on your face if you already have bad pimples, and if you have bad pimples, you want to wash your face really aggressively, and then avoid adding any kind of moisture so you can dry out the pimples. That's really old school. I don't even know if there's science behind that. There might be. Look it up. What I'm saying is that I'm doing what works for me because I know my skin, and all I'm just telling you guys is do what works for you and your skin. But if you don't know where to start, this is a good place to start. Yes, I just fixed my bow. This is a good place to start because you can see if it works for you. I'm gonna see if this works for me. I'm gonna try it for up until I run out, or up until I just don't care because I'm ADHD and I just want to do other shit. But I'm not trying to spend a ton of money on Le Mer or, you know, La Roche or any of those other fancy like Chanel or Hermes. I really want something more sustainable, especially in the economy that we're in right now. So let's get this petroleum shit on my face. Again, I touched a lot of stuff, so I'm not trying to say that my OCD makes me a little cray-cray. I'm just saying that for right now, I don't like touching my face with other stuff. And this goes back to washing your hands. So I know I'm living in a clean life. I know I'm a clean person. But again, I just don't want to add that extra, not that I'm saying that not getting bacteria on your face or even a pimple is not natural. It's very natural. I'm just like trying to reduce the amount of times that I get pimples on my face. Or, and I can tell you a little bit what I do know about acne that is accurate. So acne basically is bacteria that gets stuck in one of your pores, and then your white blood cells get around it and it pushes it up. That's all I know about acne. With that being said about acne, bacteria's in the air, bacteria's in the light things you touch, bacteria's in the hand towels that you touch. Anything you touch has the potential for bacteria. But if you took microbiology, you would know that there needs to be a pretty significant amount of bacteria to cause really any kind of I don't want to say, I'll say multiplication. So I am being a little bit extra knowing that, but it makes me feel comfortable. So I'm gonna make myself feel comfortable before I touch my face. So let's get this petroleum. And the reason I'm calling it petroleum, because it's literally petroleum. It's basically 41% petroleum. It's a skin protectant. Apparently you can use it for multitude of purposes. For us, we're using it to keep in our sunscreen, and we're using it to keep in our moisture, because I am a dry ass bitch and I'm working on becoming a moisturized ass bitch. And I want you guys to see if it works for me, because it might work for you or your man. You might be able to put makeup on your face. I don't fucking know. I don't wear makeup, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. But you can always, I know men like to be pampered, so this is like a great way to like corner your man into some man time, because they like to act like they don't care, but they really do. They want their face to look nice. So corner him. This is how you can get some time with him and spend some you and he time, and basically tie his ass down and put this all over his face. Do it with consent, because again, you don't want to give your man a bunch of pimples. And see, I'm still coming in all of here. I'm getting in all of there, even under the beard, guys. Gals, touch your man's beard and rub this shit in there. Now, again, some asshole is going to come on here with research and evidence and say, Mikey, you're fucking this up. I'm going to say, okay, help me out. Help me understand, because I want to learn. I'm always about learning. Like, I just, at 36, I'm like, why do I look 102? I also could be stressed. So, this is my other routine to reduce stress and care about me. But for right now, I'm done. I will come back and later this evening and do the night routine. But I'm going to do my hair routine, and we're going to talk about that. So, before we even get into the hair routine, I'm going to leave you on kind of a cliffhanger, because I want to spend some time with that. But the two things that I'm going to use for my hair here in a few moments, once we put you on a pause, is I'm using the minoxidil. And then I found this really cool miel, I don't know. I say miel. Anyways, it's rosemary mint for scalp and hair strengthening oil. It's super cool. It gives you that tingling feeling. Again, some asshole is gonna come on here and say, Mikey, you're doing it wrong. Teach me. I'm teachable. I want to learn. I don't have that. I have a strong enough ego to say I did it wrong. I don't know, and I'm happy to be taught the right way. So please teach me, because I like doing things the right way. And one thing, though, I will let you guys know, and you should practice this in your daily life when people tell you stuff, is I like it to be pretty evidence-based. So if you guys are telling me, Mikey, do this because your great aunt Brujeria told you to do it, well, good for her. If it works for you, I'm glad it works for you. But, you know, like, if you're like, well, if she was a 10th generation curandera, I might be all over it. But, you know, if it was your great aunt Tia who graduated from Michigan State, and no offense to Michigan State, they're very smart people, but graduated Michigan State with, you know, nutrition, and then she's telling me, you know, rub something on it. Okay, well, cool. Thank you for letting me know. But, I'm going to stick with people that have done it for a while. And that's the other thing. I'm really super into tradition and culture. So if you have a cultural practice that you have done, I'm not saying don't tell me, because, like, I really do want to know and I really want to practice it. But, like, if it's just something Auntie came up with, like, you know, last year because she saw it on TikTok, like, that's not me. I want you guys to tell me something that's been working for you or your family, or, in your, you know, something you do that you've created. Like, I know that a lot of my friends are different ages. I've experienced a lot of you at different ages, and you guys all have tricks and secrets too. I have really bad, I think I have one of Penny's hair in my eye, so I'm like, ow, it hurts one, or maybe it's one of my own. I don't do my eyelashes, by the way, guys, and I'm told that I have really good long eyelashes, but at the same time, I'm like, they're fucking annoying. If humans didn't have eyelashes, we wouldn't be in a problem, but at the same time, mine are fucking annoying. Again, I'm teachable. Oh, there's some eyelashes there. I'm teachable. Tell me what I could do better. But this is my morning routine. When I post this evening, I will make sure I do my night routine so you can see what I'm doing there. And just so as a little prequel, it's always about washing your hands. So I'm gonna wash my hands, I'm gonna rinse my face, and then we will get into the night routine. But we'll go over these yet again. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey crew. All right. So I was just thinking, I was like, hey, now that I'm in the process of my hair, I'm just letting my head heat up a little bit, as well as some of the stuff that I put on my hair to let it I'm gonna say cook in a little bit. There's probably a better word for it, but basically I'm working on growing my hair back as best as I can. So I'm gonna, while I'm waiting, I'm wanted to, you know, chat more with you guys. So yesterday I was at Target, not because I wanted to, because I had to. And if anybody knows me, that you're gonna laugh, because I believe in Birkin snacks. And so I found Chloe's Cloud popcorn, protein popcorn, so I could have it in my Birkin snack. But then I was like, this one's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's like heavy. Like, I know it says protein popcorn. I don't know how they, like, what did they do? Make popcorn? Did they feed protein to the freaking popcorn plant? I don't fucking know. Anyways, when I opened it, it was kind of crumbled. But when I got it, like, I was like, these feel like really not crumbled. I hate crumbled shit. I was surprised. They were not bad, but they're just, they're a bit off. Maybe because I need to try, like, the white cheddar ones. I'm more of a salty person than a sweet. But if I have the opportunity to mix sweet and salty, I try. So that's why I did the sweet and salty kettle corn. And this is not shade at Chloe, because Chloe's my gal. It's just a little heavy. Or maybe I need to give it more of a chance. But for the most part, like I said, it's not bad, it's not good. Maybe I should need to give it a chance. Anyways, you should give it a chance. I think it was like $4.99. Targets are assholes, and I think Target is the only place that sells these, and I'm not trying to say don't shop at Target, I'm just saying Target is assholes, and they're the only place that sells them. They're $4.99. And that's okay. So, I was just thinking, I was like, you know what, I am glad that I have the chance to, or I'm developing this more of this skin to do video blogs. And I was realizing that, being somebody who's ADHD, and I don't know if anybody else can agree with me on this, or even relate, but I don't really talk linearly, and you can probably notice that in some of my videos, or when I'm talking, is I'm just kind of all over the place. But I do medicate for that with my medical professional, and sometimes it helps, other times it's funny. And anytime I feel like a hair after I did my face, like I can literally feel it on my skin. It's crazy when I hear about people saying, well, oh, you can feel heavy stuff on your skin. I'm like, really? And then when something like lands on it, I'm like, all right, well, I feel it there. It's heavy there. Anyways, see how I just did that hop? That's how I talk. It's not that I'm disinterested in the conversation. It's just that small little thoughts come up, and I'm like, hey, or feelings, or sensations. So I just start leaning into them, and then I can switch back to the combo. So I do my best. And that's kind of a skill that I learned later in life, because when I was younger, I would just jump and never go back. And it probably really invalidated people, and I apologize about that. But even I didn't learn about how to be aware of that until I was a little bit older. And I don't also want to make sure people that do that recognize that, hey, there's nothing bad in doing it. You need to validate yourself, and one, you need to make sure that whomever you're speaking with or speaking to, you ensure that you validate them as well. That's just how communication works. I really like this necklace, like I really do, but I've had to shorten it because of my weight loss, and it's not sitting how I want it to sit. Like I want it, maybe I need to make it a little shorter. I want it to sit like kind of like a choker, but not. And again, I'm not an expert jewelry maker, so if you're an expert jewelry maker, like teach me, or let me send this to you and fix it for me. I appreciate you. Anyways, I really like wearing pearls. And my pearl bracelet, like I said, I might need to make this smaller too, but weight loss, and yeah, weight loss. And if you knew me, this is also my second time losing 100 pounds. So I've lost 200 pounds in my life. That's so far another me. I've lost like 4 me's in this lifetime already. And I wouldn't want to say lost because those Mikeys are still here. But as far as body type, I've lost like 200 pounds in my life. And my goal, and people will criticize me, I think I said this the other day, is 143. That's my runway weight. So if you're gonna come and tell me that's unhealthy, look at this face. But I want to be 143, and it's not that I want to be 143, it's just my goal. Like, you know, last time I lost weight like to this magnitude, people were like, anything under 190 is unhealthy, and I'm like, I need people to stop telling me what I need to and not need to do. If I want to be 110 pounds runway model, I'm going to be a 110 pound runway model. I'm just kidding. I don't want to be 110 pounds. But if that's your frame, if that's your body weight, that's good for you. That's your choice. My choice is to do it slow and sustainable. I tend to, some might be able to relate to this. I eat when I want to feel good. And so I'm just being really aware of that need to fill. And food can taste good, and food can make you feel better if you're hungry or you're starving. But I don't want to just eat to feel good. I want to make sure there's other reasons for why I'm eating, because it's my addiction. It's my go-to for feeling better is food. And the crazy thing is, I don't know if any of you know this, I did semaglutide probably for a year, maybe a year and 3 months, like a year and a quarter. Cora's barking at me. No, puppy. Cora might want to get in the video. Hold on, she's smelling Chloe's popcorn. So Cora approves. So if you ever see this ever in your life, Chloe, my dog says your popcorn is Cora approved. I know you like doggies. Hold on, she's gonna bring me a toy. Anyways, so this is Cora's toy. I'm gonna have to throw it one moment, and when I throw it, Cora is a really good dog, so she's not gonna be crazy about it. She's very well behaved, but and she's super focused on me right now. But I want to make sure that I meet my doggie's needs, as well as give you all attention as well, and show you a little bit about me because I love my dogs. Again, do you see how I do these little flops? So anyways, back to what I was saying, food is my addiction. I try my best to manage that as I can. So one other thing, the crazy part is that I was thinking about this morning, is I'm still on my asthma. I'm like, I lost weight this time, and my asthma gets manageable when I use my inhaler. This is like a long-term inhaler. Basically, like I'm literally diagnosed asthmatic. But the first time I lost weight, like I really didn't notice that I had asthma symptoms when I lost it, and I'm about the same weight I was the first time I lost my weight. But this round, like, it's so crazy, like my asthma won't go away. And like, I mean, just to like be transparent, like, yeah, I did smoke cigarettes here and there for a few years, and that could be a contribution. I did it to myself. But when I say smoke here and there, I'm not talking about like insurance companies. Like, don't worry, I'm not saying that I smoked like 100%. Like, anybody would smoke, but I just, I tend to be a little bit harder on myself because, I don't know, I have high expectations for myself. So, 5 cigarettes equals a whole lifetime of cigarette smoking. I don't know. Compared to some people, I hear people can go through like a pack or 2 in a day, and I'm like, not judging you, but I care about you. So if you care about you, you know what cigarettes do to you. I know people that vape, like, and they are mad smokers, or they were mad smokers, but now they're just mad vapors, and they don't use any of the chemicals that these kids are making themselves sick on, or I don't know what the fuck they put in this shit, because I'm not about that life. But I hear it's a lot better than cigarette smoking, so I might have a video interviewing somebody that does it, and they can let you know a little bit more about the safer ways to vape if you're trying to get off cigarette smoking. So, and also this goes back to the thing about your face. Like, cigarette smoking is super bad for your skin. Like, and that's even in studies. I don't have the studies. If you want, I can look for the studies, but there are studies out there that cigarette smoking is not only bad for your insides, but it's bad for your outsides. So, if you're like me and you're trying to reverse the sands of time, and I'm not trying to reverse the sands of time, I'm trying to stabilize the sands of time at 35 and soon to be 36. I know I don't look 36. I look like 102. Don't judge me. But I really care about you guys, and I want you to make sure you're taking care of your insides just as much as you're taking care of your outsides. But it's just weird. I just noticed that, with asthma, this round, really no different in changes. Like, I was around cigarette smoke a ton when I was a kid, and that was not by my doing. It was just because my family member, who was, like my babysitter over the summer, I guess we spent a lot of time with him. He just smoked a lot, and it's not to blame him. I mean, there is a little bit of blame, but secondhand smoking with kids, awful. But I don't think that was the only factor. I think there are environmental factors like allergens that contributed to it. So I think cigarette smoking, not from me directly, allergens in the space that I was living in, just exacerbated it. And yeah, so here I am. I'm kind of just cruising with the asthma this round. But yeah, I thought it would be kind of cool because I was just thinking of a couple of things. Like, sometimes I get spacey with people, and the goal is, like, I don't want you to feel like I don't want to validate what you're saying. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I don't know if there are other people that experience this where they're like, did I leave this out? Or did I change the subject? Or, hey, this person may have, not listened to me all the way. They did not really ask me questions, so were they disinterested in it? Or I feel very like that person didn't care about what I was saying, they changed the subject on me. So I want to make sure that you know that it's not really intentional, that it's just the way people's brains are. And 2, you also could bring it up to them in a gentle way. So when I tend to like to jump in space and not remember what I was doing, or even if I recognize that friends do that to me, like, and they're like, oh my God, I interrupted you, or I did something that could have hurt your feelings because maybe I wasn't fully listening, or I don't know. Anyways, I think it's also good. It's part of the connection process with other people that you lean into that curiosity or that question or that hey, where did you go for that minute? Do you mind if we jump back? Or I kind of feel a little bit cut off by you switching subjects. And a lot of, I think I can speak for ADHD people. Even don't want to overspeak for autism because I'm not more so on the autistic scale. I think I do pretty balance between the autistic scale and the ADHD scale. And I might be more autistic than ADHD. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is that I think when a lot of the times the way that our brains work, ADHD and autism, we don't really often recognize. Sometimes we do. So don't let any ADHD or autism person say, I didn't recognize that. They do. for the most part, but sometimes things are just moving too chaotically. Our environments are overstimulating us. There's just a lot of factors that go into that. So it's really important that you be gentle with yourself first, and then you be gentle with one of us, because a lot of the times the intention is not to be harmful or to be a know-it-all or to cut people off. I think the intention is sometimes the brain just does some things. For example, I know folks who have autism, their brain is just really quick about some things that my brain is not. My brain with ADHD, and like I said, I feel like I balance between my autistic behaviors and my ADHD behaviors, even though my ADHD behaviors are a little bit stronger. I think that you can definitely talk it out with us to help us see what we're doing. Now, one thing that I also want to mention is that people with ADHD and people with autism have different affects. And if you don't know what affect is, it's the emotion. So most of the time you guys see me like this, and this is also an affect. This does not necessarily mean that I'm happy. But people with autism, they may have more flat, like, and that could be just because it's not that they don't care, it's just that they don't know how to make connections to what you're saying. So I'm usually doing this so I can try and make connections with what you're saying. And usually that's it's a survival instinct that most ADHD people pick up on, because they're picking up on a lot of the environment. So smiling prevents people from getting upset with us, that we can stay long enough in the connection, as well as take in our environment. And this is something that I think is super cool about people who are a little bit different, a little bit on the slider on the autistic scale. Their affect can be this. And that's because they're making connections that may be irrelevant to them, because their connections are, the way something functions, the way something works, why something does the things that it does, something they may want to research. So you have to remember, when you're working with people that may not have, I don't even want to use neurotypical or versus neurodivergent. I know those are fancy buzzwords, but let's be honest, like, most people I talk to, I can see some level of neurodivergency in them, whether it's they do something more autistic or a little bit more ADHD. And I'm not saying that those of us who, like, everybody needs to be medicated or everybody needs to be in therapy, which I think therapy is great for everybody. But what I'm saying is that you have to, when they say look at it as a spectrum, maybe you change the word to spectrum to scale. And it's not, here's autism, here, maybe I'll do it in my camera, here's autism, here's ADHD, and you're anywhere between. Or here's autism, here's ADHD, and then, if we make the scale bigger, I can't on my camera, so we do autism, ADHD, and then quote unquote neurotypical. The scale's not necessarily like that. The scale is very complex. There's very many axes to the scale. I truly think humans are complex just in themselves. I think to limit them just to neurotypical and neurodivergent, ADHD, autistic, or maybe just general anxiety or generally depressed, I think that's more, I think there's a lot more variation in the way people's brains function. However, this is my plug for the folks that are autistic and the folks that are ADHD. Sometimes you just need more patience for them. Autistic people are very, very, very great at pulling shit apart and putting it back together. And I'm generalizing, and I'm sorry to stereotype if I stereotype you, because I'm definitely one of a different ADHDer than some ADHD people. I know some ADHD people that are extremely organized and highly professionally functional. And they live that in their own lives as well as their professional lives. There are people like me who I'm kind of a hybrid. I'm very organized in my own way, and I'm very high functioning in my professional and my personal life. But then there are just things that go sideways because of where I high function and the spaces that I don't. So I think there are also folks that can say that too, but mine are, I think some ADHD people just exemplify them a little bit stronger, and that's why you receive that type of ADHD or autistic diagnosis, and that's why sometimes medication and therapy and those things are helpful. So for me, I'm definitely working on the social parts of my ADHD. I do get, you would be surprised, I do get social anxiety. I generally get social anxiety before I talk to people, but the way that I've kind of worked on that is that anxiety is kind of fuel for an experience, and that's my Sagittarius. So that's my that's how I identify as a Sagittarius. I don't use pronouns, I use zodiac signs. And I am tired, so maybe I learned that earlier, that I'll let you know. But anyways, I learned how to identify that. So as a Sag, one thing as a Sag I can definitely admit is that we don't like being told no. We don't like rules that we master the rules and then we find ways to make the rules better, or we find ways to really edit things down to make them make sense, or just function better. That I know sometimes that can really cut other people and their ideas, but it's not that we're trying to cut other people's ideas. We love idea generation, and I don't want to speak for all Sages. I love when people come with ideas. I feed on that. I bring ideas too, and I'm hoping that it feeds and connects with others. But I also have a really, really strong eye for cutting things down. I don't like overdoing it. I know my jewelry says the difference and the way that I wear it, but it's because my jewelry makes me feel pretty, and it has really nothing to do with that critique. And sometimes I do cut jewelry down. Like sometimes I might just wear a necklace and my watch, or I might not even wear my watch. I wear my necklace for the most part because it's very close to me. Not the pearls. The pearls just came out today special for you guys. So I'm wearing the pearl special for you all. But my Yamaya necklace will pretty much be on me all the time. And then I keep the Cuban on me pretty much all the time. The VFC, I don't know what those initials are. I don't care about initials. I wear sparingly. Sometimes I even put it on my Labubu as a freaking crown because I don't give a shit about it. I wear my David Yurman because it's really, really small. It's kind of cute, and it's minimal. And then I bought myself this, it's kind of a clover bracelet, but it's not like the typical Van Cleef clover, like, and I intentionally wanted it like that. Like I wanted it to stand out, because it has little diamonds on it, and it's also lapis lazuli. I bought that for my 35th birthday for myself, so that generally does not come off. And then I bought myself this watch, and, don't judge my weight loss arms, like we're working on it. And this one pretty much comes off on and on. So I'm trying to figure out how like I like it. Like obviously it's loose when it comes up there, but it hits right there, and it's like a little bit not tight, but it kind of makes my arm hot. Anyways, I wear this pretty much not at night, but sometimes I fall asleep with it on. But most of that comes off. Ooh, one thing that I do wear most of the time, don't judge me, is my ankle bracelet. I wear this pretty often. It's just because it's hard to, I don't have the patience. And that's another thing, by the way, ADHD people, their patience are, if you have ADHD and you have really good patience, I have really good patience in some things. For the most part, I don't have patience. Everybody can tell you. I need things to happen quick. I need them to move. Even, you know what? I don't even need perfection. I don't need full completion. I just need things to move. I think about things like a clock. So cogs and moving things, and there's, even when a clock is broken, there's still functioning going on. Or even if a clock is in the process of being built, there's still some level of function and momentum going on. So I think I don't want to say that I'm impatient. I appreciate momentum, but I also want to make sure that I identify there is a paradoxy to ADHD, which is like the couch potato-ness. And I don't even want to use it as couch potato-ness. Like I enjoy sitting and maybe talking to you guys, or I enjoy sitting and watching YouTube and the people I watch on YouTube. I don't necessarily always want to be doing something, but here's where the paradox sits, is with people with ADHD will beat up on themselves and they'll be like, gosh, why didn't I get ABCD done? It's not that they don't want to, it's just it deals with dopamine and motivation. But anyways, enough science talk. So I just wanted to give you that little spout. I think I'm going to end this piece right here, and I will see you throughout the day. Bye. Okay, and we are back. I added my headband this round, and I'm going to do my night routine. So again, we're gonna first, I'm gonna put you on pause. I'm gonna say, it's still Friday the 3rd. It's just California time, even though we're here in Colorado. Yes, I have my retainer in because it's our night routine, duh. 1 second, pause. All right, now that your face is rinsed, I am going to put on the night, I'm gonna call it night cream just because it's not cream, it's night lotion, but I just like calling it night cream because it reminds me of, have you ever seen that, turn the fan off so you can hear me better. Have you ever seen that movie with Hillary and Haley Duff? Material Girls, there we go. They have the Everdo night cream and it causes all these problems. Well, that's why it reminded me of night cream. Anyways, I'm gonna put this shit on. Nice amount on my face. Nice amount. Yet again. Stupid thing is coming off. There we go. As it rips out all of my freaking front hair. Alright. Remember guys, this is day like 1 of this entire process, so let's see if I end up with like 50 billion pimples. Yeah. You keep trying to follow me. Or my phone is just too heavy. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I caught you. I caught you again. Anyways, I don't know why it keeps doing that. So I could end up with like 80 billion pimples. I could end up looking 40 years younger, but we're just testing it out. If, like I said, if you can tell me better, I encourage you to tell me better, because I want better. Alrighty. And then I'm going to put the Aquaphor to seal the moisturizer. Just to keep the shit moisturized. And I think there's better shit out there, just so you know. But ahead of my first test into this world. Again, I'm willing to learn. But that's the night job. And yeah, trying to be skinny. I am skinny. Anyways, I hope you liked my head thing. And no, I didn't go out and get this. I've had it, and it was a mess this morning, so I washed it. It was Cora hair. And now I'm wearing it for y'all. And, toothpaste, and do my hair routine. Because I'm gonna have luscious, thick hair. You just wait. You wait and see. But hope you had a good Friday. I hope you have a good Saturday, and I will see you all on Monday. Or I might have a surprise for you over the weekend. We might go on a little adventure, who knows? But yay, see you later.